We have in today an American SNES. This one's come in for retro brighting, which has been done, so you can see it's nice and white now. But there's also an issue where we don't really get any video output. We sometimes get video, sometimes not, and it's all kind of corruption. So let's just dive in and take a look. So here's the American SNES. We don't get these very often, and ours look quite different. Here's what the UK SNES looks like in comparison. So the Japanese is the same, it just has Super Famicom here, but the American's quite different, a completely different style. Let's just take a look at the problem. If we just take a look inside this one, I can already see there's been a mod done here with a wire that runs through and down to here, so I'm not sure what that is. We'll connect up the AV. I'll just power from 5-volt bench for now, and oh yeah, so kind of unstable. You can see the OSSC just can't lock onto the signal, so it's constantly flickering, and when it does you get a sign of potentially the game loading. Let's just start by cleaning the AV port, and I'll just insert the multi-AV cable in and out 20 times. Should be enough to polish the pins and at least see if that's possibly one of the issues. And that seems to have helped a bit, but then it's cut off again. So let's just bypass the port for now. We can see on the schematic the video encoder, which is the BA6592. Pin 7 is video out. So I've just tacked a wire on the trace coming off the video out here. So we're bypassing wherever this goes to the port. We'll just power on with bench. And yeah, that looks more stable. So now the issue is we have no colour, but it does seem like it's a stable image now. This is American, so it should be 60 Hertz, which it is. So it's just a colour issue. So if I just probe that with an oscilloscope, we can see the composite signal here, and importantly there's the chroma. So on an American console there should be 4.443 megahertz approximately, and we have 3.59. So that is a PAL chroma signal. But this is an American console. That's what that pin will be. This mod, I'm not sure what's, no, it's even floating now. It was attached to this pin, which is the NTSC and not PAL pin. So if it's grounded, it would be PAL, and high is NTSC. And that pin is actually snapped off. So let me just see if I can grind down into there first. And you can see I've exposed, hopefully, just enough of the leg there to tack a new wire on. And just before we solder this back to where it should be, we will just probe what this yellow wire was doing. And it seems like at the start of every frame, it's setting the signal, so high would be NTSC, and then I presume the gap in the middle doesn't matter. So that's probably okay. I'll reattach that yellow wire to the new wire. Now I'll just seal this exposed wire. We don't want that pulling and breaking. So we'll use some solder resist. This solder mask is way better than any I've used, so I definitely recommend this. Just an AliExpress job. We just need a tiny bit. And then we just want to cover that exposed area. We might as well tack down the wire a little bit at the same time, just give it some strain relief. And then to cure it, we'll just put some UV light on. This only takes seconds on this mask. The problem I found with most of the masks is they never cure. So all the ones you see everybody else using, they'll cure them with light, but if you just flicked and broke the top layer off, it's all liquid underneath. Whereas this mask, you'll see that'll be all it needs, literally a few seconds. This will be rock solid now. So absolutely rock solid. And you've got a natural strain relief now, that's going nowhere. So the only question left is, why do we have this PAL chroma frequency when it should be 4.42? And we can see on the back it's definitely had somebody replacing it. There's solder everywhere, there's a cap on the side, there's flux here. So somebody, I think, has attempted to fix this. Let me just take this one off. And let's just place a new crystal on. I can only presume the crystal is faulty. And with the new crystal on, let's connect power. And there we go, we've got colour back now. So, out of interest, let's just measure the chroma now. We can see it's still 3.58, which is PAL chroma as far as I'm aware. And you can see NTSC is normally 4.43 and PAL is 3.58. But either way, it looks like the issue was the crystal being slightly out of spec. I believe this one was slightly off from the 3.58. And that's now the AV port repaired. So we have it going through the multi-port and back up and running. That was just some trace damage underneath that was causing that, probably from where this cap was removed. But that's now back up and running for the customer.